Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks again for being here this week. We are just going to make a really cozy and comforting recipe this week. So we're going to make some veggie stew. I feel like that's a nice winter comforting meal, and we are going to be using very staple ingredients in this recipe as always. So we're using some carrots, some green lentils, and I'm just showing you guys all the seasonings that I'm going to be using in the recipe. So we have paprika, we have dry oregano, we have garlic powder, onion powder, curry powder. I'm putting in some salt, and I also added a little bit of pepper when I was serving it later on. So yeah, that is it. Very, very simple and easy. So I have about 3 full cups of my green lentils, and I'm just rinsing them because they are sometimes a little dirty, just to make sure. And then I'm chopping up my carrots. So if you have 2 large carrots, I think that's enough, but I just had a bunch of little ones that I wanted to use up, so that's what I'm using. And yeah, so that's how much it ended up to be, and I'm going to saute it in my Instant Pot just because I'm going to make this whole dish in here, and it's going to be really quick and easy. So yeah, just toss in my carrots because I'm going to saute those a little bit, and I'm going to add all of my herbs and seasonings in as well and get that going. And then once that is ready to go, I will go ahead and add the rest of my ingredients. So I'm using some frozen broccoli. That's what I have on hand. Whatever you have though, you can use in this recipe. And I have about, I would say, 5 or 6 cups of frozen broccoli, and I'm throwing that into my carrot mix. Next, you're going to toss in all your lentils that you had washed previously, and then give that a nice quick mix. So now you're going to add in your water. If you wanted to, you can also add some broth to replace some of the water for extra flavor, but I just added 32 ounces of nice cold filtered water and gave it a quick mix. Another option as well is you can add some powdered bouillon if you have it, and that will add some extra flavor as well. Totally up to you, but I thought it was flavorful enough with what I added. So I also re-seasoned at this point as well because I felt like I needed a little bit more of the curry powder, and I also added some more paprika. So this is your chance as well to adjust your flavoring. So even after you've cooked it all, you can go ahead and taste it and see if you need more. You can always add some later, but I prefer to add it in at this point, just a little bit more seasoning, and then that way it can cook up and then it will be perfect. So I'm just using the preset stew button, and that's perfect. It worked out really good. And then in another pressure cooker, I do have a smaller Instant Pot. I'm going to add my rice in and cook that up. You can just do it on the stovetop if you want. I'm going to put the stew on top of rice. That's how I like to eat it. But if you prefer potatoes, you could put potatoes into the stew, or you can just have a baked potato and then put the stew on top of your baked potato. Both ways it will work out really well, and it really is delicious, but I decided to make rice on this day. So this is how it turned out. It doesn't look super appealing, but boy, does it taste amazing. And it's a powerhouse of nutrition. You're going to feel really, really full. This is also a really good meal that you can make as a meal prep because it will last a long time in the fridge and it will still taste good. I'm very picky about stuff like that, but this stew will last a long time in the fridge and still taste wonderful. Okay, so I just plated my rice and fluffed it up with a fork, and now I'm putting my stew on top of it. You can also, use it, you can mix it up, like you can just add your rice right into the stew and mix it up like that, but I prefer to eat it like this. I just like to add it right on top of my rice, and again, you can do it with a baked potato as well if you prefer that instead of the rice. And I add a little bit of sriracha and salt and pepper on top when I'm eating it, and that's it. This is my completed stew. So this meal is going to make you full for a very long time. You're going to feel very satisfied. It is super filling and super delicious. And again, you can still keep leftovers in the fridge and eat it for lunch. You can take it to work with you. It is really, really delicious, and you can eat it in so many different ways. I really like how it's high in protein and fiber, so I know that I'm getting a lot of extra nutrition in me, and I'm also loading my body with all the extra veggies. I've made this stew with a variety of different veggies, and they always work out perfectly, so it's really good for using up leftover veggies that really need to be used. You can definitely throw them into this stew, and that way you don't waste them. Okay guys, so this is the complete meal. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. I hope you got some, tips and tricks and an easy recipe that you can throw together in no time at all that is really filling, really healthy, very high in nutrition. And, like I always say, just because you're eating healthy doesn't mean that you are skimping out on flavor. You're not skimping out on these comfort meals. You're just eating it in a different way, and you're adjusting your recipe accordingly so that you are still on your health and wellness goals. So this recipe definitely fits the bill. It is very healthy and nutritious, but still very, very tasty. Okay everyone, so thanks again for watching. That's the end of the video now, and I again thank you for all the love and support on the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Take care everyone, stay healthy.